A very warm welcome to Explore Science. This is Nikita to ease your learning. In this video, we will unfold the modern periodic table and the periodic properties. So the modern periodic table, also known as long form of periodic table, was given by H.G.J. Moseley in 1913. From the X-ray analysis, he found that atomic number is more fundamental property of an element than its atomic weight. So he modified Mendeleev's law, which stated that atomic weight is the fundamental property. But after that, H.G.J. Moseley told that atomic number is more fundamental property of an element than its atomic weight. So, the modern periodic law states that the physical and chemical properties of all elements are the periodic function of their atomic numbers. So, on the basis of this, H.G.J. Moseley tells that periodic law consists of 7 periods and 18 groups. Now, what are the periods? Periods are the horizontal rows that are present in the periodic table, and the elements in the periods are arranged in order of their increasing atomic numbers, not the atomic mass. Mark the word, it is atomic numbers. And the groups are the vertical columns, okay, and the elements having the same group have same number of valence electrons in their outermost shell. So you can see in this modern periodic table there are 7 periods. You can count 1, 2, 3 on the left side, it is given. And the groups, that are the vertical columns, there are 18 groups you can see on the top. Okay, from left to right, groups are numbered, and from top to bottom, number of periods is given. Okay, and you can see that the first period is having hydrogen and helium as the elements. Okay, and they are in the order of increasing atomic number. Like hydrogen is having 1 and helium is having atomic number as 2. Then from moving top to bottom, you can see that the valence electron means the outermost shell is having 1 electron in hydrogen, and lithium is also having 1 electron in the outermost shell. Okay, so what are the characteristics now of this modern periodic table? A and B subgroups are separated. It means that there is some difference, that the groups are denoted as A or B. The difference is that the ones that are denoted as A, when some electron is added to that particular element, the last or that electron is going to enter in the last or the outermost shell. But whereas for B subgroups, the electron is added in the penultimate shell, or the shell that is just before the last shell. Then we will see that which elements occupy what place in the periodic table. Transition elements are accommodated in the middle of the table, and the alkali and alkaline earth metals, that is group 1A and group 2A respectively, they are placed on the left side of the table. It means that transition elements are in this middle, then on the left side there are alkali and alkaline earth metals. Then non-metal elements, they are on the right side of the periodic table. Okay, the rare gases, that is the noble gases or the inert gases which do not chemically react with other elements, they are placed in the zero group, also known as the group number 18. So the inner transition elements, now these elements are not placed in the periodic table. Okay, why? Because they are having some peculiar properties, means they are not the periodic function, they are not in the periodic function, they are different in their properties, so they are not placed in the periodic table. The elements occupying the left and right wing of the periodic table are called normal representative elements. Okay, on the left you know there are metals, on the right side there are non-metals. So those elements are known as the normal representative elements. Okay, then the elements in group 7a are called halogens. For example, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, etc. Then 3b, 4b, 5b, 6b, 7b, 8, 1b, 2b. These are called the transition elements. Why these are transition elements? Because their valency varies according to the reactions, and the valence shell and the penultimate shells are incomplete, means their last and second last shells are not fully filled with the electrons. Okay, now let us summarize what characteristics we have studied so far. Now you can see the first column, you can see that is the first group with purple shade. Okay, they are the alkali metals. Then in the brown color there are alkaline earth metals, and we see that they are the on the left side. Then in the middle portion you can see with the yellow color, light yellow, you can see that these are the transition elements in the middle of the table. Then on the right side there are non-metals or the non-metallic elements placed on the right side. Now these ones on the left side and the right side, they are known as the representative elements. And in the last column you can see there are the rare gases, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are the inert gases, that is they do not react with the other elements. And the lanthanides and actinides, these are separated and not kept in the table because they are having some different properties. Okay, and you can see in the this seventh row there are some unoccupied spaces. Okay, the empty rooms are left for the elements, okay, which are not yet discovered but they are believed to be existing. Now you have to memorize this table. Okay, here in the first column there is given the quantum number. Actually the number of a period to which an element belongs is given by the quantum number, and it is denoted by n. Okay, that is the number of outermost shell as counted from the nucleus. You know, after nucleus there is first shell, then second, that is denoted as KLMN and so on. Okay, so it tells about the number of period to which an element belongs. Then they are telling that how many, if the last shell is having 2 electrons, it belongs to first period. Okay, the maximum number of that, how many electrons can be accommodated in the outermost shell. Okay, so first shell there can be 2, in the second shell there can be 8 electrons, then 8, then in the fourth 18 electrons can be accommodated, then again 18 in the fifth shell, in the sixth shell again 32, and the seventh shell can also accommodate 32 electrons maximal. Okay, then the period number, जितना क्वांटम नंबर है उतना ही पीरियड नंबर होगा. ठीक है. Then the elements, how many elements are present? We know that in first period there are 2 elements, फिर second में there are 8, then 3 is having 8 elements, fourth is having 18, fifth is having 18, sixth is having 32, and seventh I have already told that it is incomplete period, means some elements are yet to be discovered but they are believed to exist. Then the nature of period, on the basis of that how many elements it is containing. So the first period is very short, only having 2 elements. Second is short, having 8. Third is also short. Then fourth and fifth having 18 elements each. They are the long periods. And then sixth and seventh are the very long periods. Okay. So that was all for this video. We will continue this chapter in the coming videos. And if you are having any doubt, you are free to post in the comment box. If the video was beneficial, you have to like this video and don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you.